Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero, and today it is finally time for a new Rippaverse Goal Post Shift. Because we always love those. You just hate to see it though. But we're gonna go through this Twitter thread and look and see what the new Goal Post Shift is made by this Elon Muskrat guy. Basically, the conversation started with this whole trend of saying Peter Parker is Spider-Man and Miles Morales is Miles Morales, which is a factual statement. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Sorry if it hurt your feelings, I don't give a fuck. But he was pointing it out to this person because this person right here, Asami Sato, clearly does not know anything about comic sales and had the audacity to say that Miles Morales is more popular than Peter Parker. You are a dummy if you believe this statement. Sorry to tell you, just a fact. To which Eric responds, at no point ever has he been more popular than Peter Parker. There are no comic book sales records that support this claim. He was created to check boxes, and in order to continue the signal, they brought him into the main universe. It's that simple. These were factual statements made by the people who created him, like Brian Michael Bendis and Marvel themselves. I believe Kevin Feige had that quote. Elon Muskrat responds, regardless of what you think of Miles Morales, the character has a bigger cultural impact and will be remembered long after ISOM fades from people's memories. It's that simple. I highly doubt it. Nobody cares. I can guarantee that ISOM, over its lifetime, will have more comic sales than Miles Morales will ever have. Price of reason. ISOM is new and has already skyrocketed in value due to such high demand. Eric July building his own comic company from scratch and outperforming most established publications is very culturally significant. Also, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Hello Human says, when Eric July outsells more comics, movies, and TV than Superman over 80 years, you can come back here and tell me how culturally important his indie company is. By the way, most indie companies go almost nowhere. The only really successful one being Image. Which is a factually incorrect statement because even Boom Studios has been successful. I don't know what you're talking about. Image is great. Boom Studios is also successful. I mean, they're the ones releasing Berserker, which did $1.4 million in its Kickstarter campaign, and it's selling pretty good for them. As well as Power Ranger comics. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Even Archie Comics is successful. What are you talking about, bro? Like, I'm the comic normie, and I know a bit more about this than you. To which Eric responds, is Superman the only comic book? Or Batman, or even Spider-Man? Take your pick. Look, good luck in your endeavors. You at least put your work behind your words. That, at least in my book, earns you respect. But I think you hold yourself too high. Careful the sun doesn't melt your wings on your flight. Are Batman and Superman the only comic book characters? I believe I gave my clarified point effectively. I mean no disrespect. I just think that if you have rather big shoes to fill before you can pat yourself on the back, think that you're going to defeat the Titans. He actually has never made that claim. I wish you luck. I really do, as I enjoy indie comics. Be cautious. The person responded about what is culturally significant. You then made a comment going straight to the biggest comic book characters of all time, having decades of building as the measure. That's moronic. I believe there's more context here. Disregard the 80 plus years of Superman, compare against just the first 2 years of Superman's existence from 1938 to 1940. You're still way short. Why is Superman the beacon of what is culturally significant? If that's to be the case, essentially 99% of the industry is culturally insignificant. Essentially, yeah, it's true. Why is Superman the beacon of what's culturally significant? I answered your question. Sorry or not sorry if you can't find the answer lacking. What is culturally significant in your eyes? That's what I asked, and you're welcome to actually read the context. I don't care if you apologize. It doesn't make your tweets any less pointless to the conversation. Cultural significance is just that, something that is either relevant or important to shaping the industry. There are many ways to measure this: sales, business methods, etc. Why is ISOM not in my comic shop? Because you didn't ask for it? You dummy? Have you asked that they got it? Have I asked? No, and I won't. So then why are you asking why it's not in your comic shop, stupid? Like, this is the mental stupidity of brainlets and low IQ people on Twitter. Like this guy. I do the supplemental ordering for the indie books at comic shop where I work and based on my interaction with you. Why the hell would I want to order it after your rude ass behavior? Politeness is free and you squander that chance. Okay, cool. So you haven't asked. That's your answer as to why your LCS doesn't have the book. Little Comic Shop doesn't have the book. No, I was thinking of ordering the book for the shop, so you started being a rude ass, and my response is, see you in the discount bin in 3 years. No, you weren't. I guess you will never know now. Eric, sweet. It's never gonna be in the. It's never gonna be in the bargain bins because he literally sells out the comic every single time a comic shop orders his book. So, cope and seed, bro. You have because you asked, not James. All you have to do is request your favorite comic shop to order the book. Just like any other comic book issue, a shop doesn't have in stock. It's not rocket science. So you don't pay attention. I did not insult you, so please do not insult me. You have not done anything culturally significant. My answer was on point for what was said. Yes, he actually does. His indie comic is the biggest selling indie comic of all time. What are you talking about, bro? What do you mean he hasn't made a cultural impact? He has literally the most successful indie comic out. Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, and the X-Men all have done some culturally significant things. You have so far sold one book. Yeah, and again, it's the highest selling indie comic of all time. You weren't insulted. He said my point was moronic, which is disrespectful, because it was. When I have not been towards him, thus he insulted me. Go look up the meaning of the word and re-educate yourself. I guess re-educate yourself on what culturally significant means, considering he has the highest selling indie comic of all time. A couple $1 million not culturally significant is a good payday. Yes, it is, especially since it's in the indie space, not in the big two space. It's very, very interesting that you would say that. Alright, so we're going to scroll down a little bit more. The worst trap you can fall into is believing you're hyping until I see ISOM in a comic book. That's all it is. But you don't want it. But you didn't want the book. You asked for it and then you didn't want it. So what the hell point are you making here? I'm trying to figure this out. It's weird. You're free to believe what you may. You just said in another tweet you were the one who orders books for your shop and you refuse to order items. Just, you read that. Yo, it sounds a little like you think you are the end-all be-all of what determines a successful comic venture. That's 100% correct. I'm actually going to hit that like. Right? Hype. The industry knows very well what Eric is doing. C-Link. I guess you must be living under a rock. Also, I believe Eric did provide ISOM comics to some shops that requested it early in the game, and all of their stock sold out. Stay bitter. It's a fact. 100%. Correct. Every single comic book shop that wanted the book sold out. Do you have the proof and numbers on that to back up your claims? What proof would you like? You're free to backtrack on the Rippaverse post to see the comic book shops that got it. Call them and ask them if they have the book. One of the biggest online retailers, my comic shop, had 2 waves. You can't get it anymore as it's sold out. Alright, my ex-wife works for my comic shop. I will call her and see what the numbers were there. I appreciate the info. Good luck. But ultimately, Elon Muskrat's huge goal post shift. Let's go. Let's do it. Dude, I've been in this business for a long time. Who cares? You're probably not selling anymore since you're on here complaining. And I've seen the cycles. Get back to me if this is still the case with ISOM number 5. The goalpost shifted from ISOM number 2 to now ISOM number 5. Then you might have something. Until then, you're just the current hype of the year. Okay, but yet you're in his. You remember you came to his Twitter to post about him. I don't know. I have no desire to get back at you. I don't know you, and I have no desire to stalk you in the shop. And yet you asked. Is your tweet right here? You asked about it, yet you have no desire to stalk it. To make a point. You didn't make a point. The only point you really made is that just showing that you're a dumbass. And your point is terrible. Just like to joke you in your recent post. I mean, no jokes in recent post, but thanks for the engagement. What engagement? Your likes or retweets aren't past 2. Let me scroll down. In a quote tweet of who you called the hype of the year. If you have proof-based criticism about Rippaverse comics, you'll get engagement more so from us than any anti-Eric people because constructive criticism creates growth. That's 100%. And of course, this person as well. It's poor business since I would put orders in for 25 or something. I like to keep 103 in hand. You want your customer to remember where you have it when you hear the news about ISO 2. There's actually a person that says here, I honestly think they'll be closer to 500K at 3.7 mil because this person swears up and down that Fox News helped his sales, which he had 1 million before Fox News even covered it. But yeah, the whole point is like, the Fox News thing is like an old goalpost, but this new one with, come back and talk to me with ISOM number 5 comes out. It's like, bro, I guarantee you're going to be begging Eric to put his comic in your shop. And you know what? Even after this discussion that you guys are having, he'll still offer it to you, because at the end of the day, he's a capitalist and wants your money, and he'll take your money gladly. That's all. That's the video for today, guys. Thank you all for checking it out. Appreciate it. If you liked the video, hit like, comment below what you think about all this, subscribe for more content, and as always, I will see you all on the next one. Peace.